Good afternoon. Thank y'all for coming out. We have a really special treat today. We have Ethan. He's here to do some really fun piano music for you guys. And then after his concert is done, we have a food truck coming with cheesecake to help us celebrate Pi Day. So we've got a really fun afternoon planned, and I hope you guys enjoy. So I'm going to turn it over.
Thank you. Thank you. I thought I'd start off with something easy and kind of slowly ease into things. Um, so it's great to be here. My name is Ethan. I've been here before a long time ago. It was several years before COVID, and we've just kind of, I don't know, fallen out of touch. So it's great to be back. I don't know if anybody remembers me. You wouldn't even recognize me. I was thinner, but younger. Yeah. But anyway, I'm back now. So I thought what I'd do today is, in between the songs, kind of tell you a little bit about myself, get reacquainted. So, so as I said, my name's Ethan, and I live in Charlotte, and I've been there about 15 years. But like most people in Charlotte, I'm originally from New Jersey. I know, and I hear the same rule applies over here. But so I thought I'd play a little New Jersey music for you. Here's one of the most famous songs by a New Jerseyan. Anyone ever heard of a songwriter named Herman Hupfeld? No Herman Hupfeld fans here? Well, he had a big hit. I'm going to play the big Herman Hupfeld song that you might know. Thank you. So that, of course, was As Time Goes by Herman Hupfeld of Montclair, New Jersey, which is interesting if you're from New Jersey, I suppose. I got one more New Jersey song, and then I'm going to move on to another topic. But there was a piano player back in the 40s and 50s named Jack Fina, and he had one hit called the Bumble Boogie. But some people might know it. It was kind of famous back in the day. The Bumble Boogie, which is a boogie woogie that uses Flight of the Bumblebee. Thank you. Thank you. So that was the old Bumble Boogie. Um, remember Fantasia, the Disney classic, the animated classic? There was a sequel to Fantasia called Melody Time, which wasn't as successful. And that featured that song, and there was a bee buzzing around to the Bumble Boogie. So, anyway, so I was telling you about myself. I said I was from New Jersey originally, and I started playing piano when I was 9 years old. And I was the first person in my family to play a musical instrument. And when I remember the day we got a piano in the house. Our next door neighbor was moving and selling a piano at a great price, so my mom snagged it and got me lessons. But when we got the piano in the house, my mom taught me how to play a song. And to this day, my mom only knows one song. And I'm going to play that one song. I still have it in my repertoire. Here it is. Thank you. So that, of course, was Heart and Soul, which is a song that people who don't play piano play. But it's also a real song. It's by Hoagie Carmichael. So when I was a kid, after I learned Heart and Soul, I took classical lessons. And I played a lot of classical music back in the day. I don't do classical so much anymore, but I'm going to play a little classical now, but I'm going to do it the way I like to do it. So here's a little Beethoven. I'm sure you're all familiar with Beethoven's Für Elise. You've probably heard it about 10 billion times. So I'm going to play that one. I'm going to try to add a few tweaks to it, keep it fresh a little bit. Here it is, Für Elise. Thank you. Thank you. So that one was for the people who were sick of Für Elise. I was keeping an eye on the door. I was pleased to see nobody left during that. All right. So that's about it for my classical repertoire these days. Let's see here. Let me slow it down, and then I'll play something else. I need to just play something slow. Thank you. So that was a little smoke gets in your eyes. Um, so I was telling you, I guess, my life story a little bit. So when I was a kid in New Jersey, my dad had a business trip to New Orleans, and he took me along, and I got a chance to hear New Orleans jazz at a very impressionable age. And I loved it when I heard it, always loved it since. So I'm going to play some New Orleans music for you right now. Thank you. All right, I got another New Orleans one I'd like to play. Does anyone remember a song called the South Rampart Street Parade? I learned this one from a Pete Fountain record. I really like this song. It's got that whole Mardi Gras parade second line thing going. And so the way I like to play this, I try to evoke the experience of being at a parade in New Orleans. So I'm going to start out very quietly, like the second line is way down the street. And then as the song progresses, it'll get louder and louder. And then at the end, they will recede into the distance. So here is the South Rampart Street Parade. Thank you. Thank you. So that was the South Rampart Street Parade. All right, so let's see. Now let me tell you a little bit about my family. We'll start with my wife, Kate. Kate works in the field of public health, which is a great field, very important, and she likes public health music. So I'm going to play one of her favorite public health songs. Perhaps you're familiar with it. It's called Button Up Your Overcoat. I think we all know the words to that, or most of them. I'm going to go ahead and sing it, but please don't leave me hanging. Feel free to join in on this one. Button up your overcoat when the wind is free. Take good care of yourself. You belong to me. Eat an apple every day. Get to bed by 3. Take good care of yourself. You belong to me. Be careful crossing streets. Ooh, ooh. Don't eat meats. Ooh, ooh. Cut out sweets. Ooh, ooh. You'll get a pain and ruin your tum-tum. Keep away from bootleg hooch when you're on a spree. Take good care of yourself. You belong to me. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Y'all knew all the words. Sounds like we have some public health people in here. All right. So that's my wife's song, and we have 2 children, 2 boys, and people frequently ask me if they play piano, and the answer is no. Unfortunately, they won't go near it. But I am pleased that they are musicians and they play different instruments, and it actually works out even better because we can play duets very nicely. And my older son, Ben, is 16, and he plays the cello, and he only plays classical music. He's rebelling against me. But he's doing really well with that. And he's a junior in high school, and it's about time for him to start thinking about what he's going to do when he graduates. So we're looking at colleges, and I suggested, you're probably not going to like this, but I suggested he should look at Clemson University. I know, but because I like their fight song. It is a great school, but no Clemson people here, but I like their fight song, the Tiger Rag. It's a lot of fun, and it's also the fight song for the LSU Tigers, so that's a bit, farther away, and Missouri, and also Princeton. I told him he can go ahead and apply. Anyway, so I'm going to play the Tiger Rag, even though my son said, he told me, Dad, this is not a good reason to choose a college. But just here it is, the Tiger Rag. Thank you. Thank you. I know this isn't Clemson friendly area, but I appreciate it. It's a great song, and we could put away our football opinions. Um, and so now let me talk about my younger son, Henry. He's 13, and he plays the flute and the saxophone. He likes the woodwinds, and he likes the jazzy stuff. And we play lots of duets and have a lot of fun together. So it's really nice. And he's, it's a school day. I couldn't bring him over here to play for you. So I'll tell an embarrassing story about him since he's not here. I think this is kind of funny. Recently, after school he comes home and he eats a bag. He likes his favorite snack are frozen blueberries, which that sounds that's pretty healthy. It's a fruit. It's great. It's much better than ice cream or something. And but he went to the dentist the other day, and the dentist said his teeth are turning blue. So he has to cut down on that. And it's reversible. It's if it was a serious problem, I wouldn't joke about it. But he'll be fine. He's gonna have to cut down on that. Okay, and that will segue into my next song. Thank you. So those are a couple Fats Domino hits. My Blue Heaven, Blueberry Hill. All right, I'm going to slow it down again. Let's see here. Here's a song I've been working on because I like it. Does anybody remember a song called Just for a Thrill? No, maybe it'll come back to you. It was a hit, I think, for Ray Charles, and it was actually written by Lil Hardin Armstrong, who was Louis Armstrong's wife. They divorced at some point, but she had a successful band in the 1930s, and one of her more successful songs was Just for a Thrill, and it got covered later by Ray Charles. Anyway, I like this song a lot. Here it is, Just for a Thrill. Thank you. All right, now we've got a holiday coming up. I'm thinking of St. Patrick's Day, but I didn't know until Allison announced it. Today's Pi Day. I didn't have that on my radar, and I would have prepared something special. I can't think of any pie songs. But I do have St. Patrick's Day song. There's one you might have heard of called Danny Boy. So I always like to play that one. I know it's not St. Patrick's Day yet, but I can't wait. So here's Danny Boy. Thank you. I didn't want the Scottish people to feel left out. Close enough, right? Okay, so let's see. We got time for a little bit more. Um, Let me tell you about one of the more interesting things I've done somewhat recently. Um, I was invited to play piano for the uh, American Philosophical Society, which in Philadelphia, and it was founded by Benjamin Franklin, and it's a scientific society. It's called the Philosophical Society because back in the 1700s they used the term natural philosophy for what we now call science. So all of these leading scientists from all around the world came and gave their scientific findings and read papers that I didn't really understand. Um, and then when it was time for them to relax, they wheeled out the piano and I played a couple songs. And I thought, since they were all scientists, I should play some ragtime music that was somewhat scientific. So I played the 12th Street Rag. You know the 12th Street Rag, and I gave a little scientific introduction to it. And I was thinking, this is a smart crowd. I'm going to give you guys that. It worked on the scientists in Philadelphia. I think it might go well over here too. We'll see. So the 12th Street Rag is an interesting rag scientifically because it combines two rhythms at once. In the right hand, it has groups of 3, and the left hand has groups of 2. And so the groups of 3 go like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it just repeats like that. And the left hand have groups of 2 that pretty much go like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, on their own, these elements are very simple and not that interesting. But when they are combined, they form what I call a covalent ragtime bond, and they form a new compound called ragtimium. So here it is, the 12th Street Rag, the scientific wonder known as the 12th Street Rag. Thank you so much. Well, I know you've got pie to get to. I don't want to take you from that. But again, I'm Ethan. It's just such a pleasure to come here. This is a really excellent piano you have, by the way. Don't sell it or anything. It's really good. Yeah, it's just a pleasure to come play on this piano for a great audience. And so thank you for coming by to listen. If you still listen to CDs, I have a couple. But, anyway, thank you so much. Have a great evening. Thank you.